So no intro this time?
No.
Ah, stupid Canucks, man, every time.
Leafs lose 6-2 to the Vancouver Canucks. And I remember saying a few videos ago, boy, they sure better not get their asses kicked by Montreal and Calgary because they have Vancouver coming up. 5-0 loss to Montreal, 5-1 loss to Calgary, and 6-2 against Vancouver. I also said, boy, the Leafs better get 3 out of 6 points on this Western road trip at least if they want to keep pace. And they only get 2, but luckily they're still in a playoff spot because the East sucks. And rather than talk about the game and the goals specifically, let's just talk about where the Leafs are. We can really make this one real short. It wasn't their fault in this one, but the goaltending is still just not where it needs to be. But I have a theory on that. Several forwards have had very productive seasons so far, but they're still just not strong enough against better opponents. See the Canucks. And the defense, what can I say? I'm less than a month away from turning 24, and their defense has never been good in my lifetime. At best, it's been adequate at some point over the last 15 years. So to get to what I was talking about a second ago, the people ripping on the goalies, okay, Reimer and Gustafsson have both showed flashes of brilliance this season, but neither has really been able to bail the team out consistently. But all you gotta do is look around the National Hockey League for the mysteries of goaltending. Ilya Bryzgalov gets a huge contract in the summer and stinks. His replacement, Mike Smith, a guy who was like a mediocre backup slash bad 1A goalie, now has allowed just 4 goals in his last 6 games and won all 6 of them. Brian Elliott was an all-star! Now, I'm certainly not saying Mike Smith sucks. I'm certainly not saying Brian Elliott sucks. But if you look at their past stats and this year's, they don't match. And there is something to be said about a defense that can play an effective system around their goaltending. And good, sweet, merciful crap, the Leafs can't do that. Phaneuf straight up looks lost at times without Carl Gunnarsson in the lineup. I still say Lyles is a huge upgrade on Caberlet, but he's still not exactly a defensive fortress. It also might finally be time for Corbini and Holzer to get in the game because I don't think Ollie is getting it done this season at all. Shen I don't want to kill too much because at least he was an even rating in a game where the team lost 6-2. Although the season as a whole, woof. And despite this surplus of Leafs defensemen that everyone keeps talking about heading up to the trade deadline that I've never seen ever, their biggest deficiency is still defense. Here's what the Leafs surplus of defensemen is like to me. Let's take like an elite NHL defense. Let's take a Chara. Put him up against any one of the Leafs defensemen. Chara is Rock. The Leafs defenseman is Scissors. Rock beats Scissors. But then the Leafs get another guy. They throw, I don't know, Mike Komisarek into the mix. So now you got 2 Scissors. Rock still beats 2 Scissors. Quality over quantity. To sum it up, the Leafs situation heading into the trade deadline is very simple. There are 2 main options. 1, Burke somehow pulls a rabbit out of his hat, makes this team better heading into the playoffs, but they don't sacrifice the future. Or 2, they are as good as they are, and they get their asses kicked in the first round, or don't even make the playoffs. So my question to you, the SteveDangle.com poll, if Burke were to make a move that was better for the future, but it would hurt the Leafs' playoff chances now, would you be for it? Because that whole thing Burke said about, I don't want to make the playoffs just to get our asses kicked in the first round, that's what it looks like is going to happen. So what's the deal? That's why the Leafs are one of the most intriguing teams heading into the deadline, because who the hell are they? Buyers, sellers, both? The Leafs only have 3 home games against the Devils, Sharks, and Caps to figure that out. Plus another very key one against Florida immediately after the trade deadline. So please leave your comments in the comment box. Let me know what you think. What's the deal? Also, click the like button because it'll probably cheer you up. So follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, and please, in the comment box, tell me what is with this team. Because it's not that they lost to the Canucks, it's that they're not even in the same league yet.